All right. Hey, I'm Spencer.
And I'm Britton.
Since 2011, Buckethead. What?
We have a guest.
Oh, no, okay. All right. I'll allow it just this one time because it's Matt.
All right.
Okay.
Let's try this again.
Yeah, let's try this again. Hey, I'm Spencer.
And I'm Britton.
And I'm Matt.
Since 2011, Buckethead has released 290 albums in his Pike series, and we're going to listen to them.
3 at a time.
This is Getting Head. Bucketcast.
Bucketcast.
Welcome, bots, slunks, head-getters, friends, and bucketheads. This is episode 52 of Gettin' Head, a Bucketcast. And you know what that means.
What does that mean?
It's our 1-year anniversary.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
we've been and Matt's here for
Matt.
the 1-year anniversary.
Am I here for the 1-year anniversary?
I know.
Yeah.
Guys, I just want to say that I am so surprised that you guys are still doing this show.
Right? That makes
especially with the early times where Spencer was so miserable every single week.
Yeah.
And to hear your guys' evolution to it almost sounds like Spencer wants to
Almost.
be there.
I know, almost.
Been such a dream.
It's what I'm trying to do. It's the energy I'm trying to put out there. You know, I'm trying to channel hey, maybe there's something in this world for me.
Really, what I do is I just edit out all of the sighs now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Because I am frequently pontificating, if you will, the state of the world, the universe, and things, and feeling less than great about it.
Yeah, and I also have a folder just of your laughs now, so which really helps punch up the bucket joke section, because otherwise it's just a whole lot of, okay, dude.
Or just, oh no!
Yeah, or what? So... That's helpful. It's really my editing, I think, that's really come into form at this point.
Yeah, you're probably right. And look at this.
You're gonna need.
Look at this.
You will want 7 Spencer laughs edited together to make one Spencer laugh track.
That's true. Yeah, that's what I want played at everyone who comes to my funeral. Just me laughing at them for coming to my funeral.
Well,
hey, at least that audio exists, right?
Yeah, that's fair all around. I'm not gonna lie. That's totally fair.
Here we are. Let's do that. But more importantly, here we are with our very first guest on our 1-year anniversary of being here, of talking about Buckethead, B-Head, Buck, B-Boy, Mr. B, BH, B-Head, whatever you want to call him, whatever your denomination is.
Yeah, your Buckethead denomination. That's definitely a thing.
We're here talking about him on the internet, making jokes, slanging threats, fighting with each other, with you, with the universe, with God.
Yeah.
And Matt's here again. Matt, thank you so much for coming back. Matt Collins, we love to see him.
Matt Collins, a broadcaster, comedian.
I'm so happy to be here. I am broadcasting from my car in the carport of my home here in Anchorage, Alaska.
Beautiful.
It is not pathetic. My baby and my wife are inside, and I just have a tendency to be really loud, and the walls are very thin in our home.
Yes.
So when I'm talking to the Bucket Boys, I don't want her. My child, I would be totally down with him hearing every single thing I have to say. He's my Buckethead buddy. Yeah. He's been listening to these pikes with me. I mean, we've been super chill. But, some things are going to be said, especially by me, that I don't want my wife to hear. I'd rather that she still love me.
If we have,
so I'm here in the car.
If we have any recommendation,
drinking beer.
If we have any recommendation for the listeners out there, it's hide your shame from your wife.
Right. Right. And also just never let your significant other know that this podcast exists.
Yes.
It's not gonna
we know they
help.
don't listen. Yeah, we know we already know. It's not going to be worth it. Don't even do it. So Matt, how's Alaska?
I try not to even mention this podcast to her. It's shitty. The numbers keep on going up. The last time I was on the show, COVID's been happening. We have a government, local government here that was elected because they promised not to shut anything down. So everybody's sick and going to hospitals. But the fun, positive thing is that I still have a job and I am doing mainstream country radio.
That rocks.
Taking questions.
Yeehaw. Do you
Yee motherfucking ha. Hop along, Collins.
Do you have headphones that you can wear while you're wearing your cowboy hat? Because I assume that's part of your uniform to work at the country radio station.
I don't have a cowboy hat and I don't have a truck.
Whoa,
but going back I have a very large
party foul, Matt.
Did they just not ask that during the interview, or?
I just kind of slipped in.
The
studio was empty, and I was like, you know what? I want to listen to some Sam Hunt. Body like a back road, indeed.
Yeah.
But what I do have is my country music uniform, which I have a trucker hat that has a scene of Alaskan camping. There is a tent on this hat that's made out of cork. There's a pine tree, and I have several flannels, and I have this black denim jacket. Where if you watch modern country performers, the black denim jacket is kind of...
It's becoming a thing?
Yeah, standard right now. So I do have a costume.
All right.
So what is hot in country today? What's
happening?
The hottest country hit?
What's the sexiest, the most throbbing, pulsating country hit
besides Lil Nas X?
I know, right? I could go into Lil Nas X forever.
I could go into Lil Nas X for a long time as well, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I love it, dude. Seriously, I have been so impressed. No, I hear you. I would watch. Right? I think Rebecca, that would be one of my passions. I couldn't touch either one of you, but I could see Britt the ass of Little Nas X. I feel like she would be totally down with that.
You could just sit there with a brandy snifter.
I'm just gonna enjoy it.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing.
I'd have my country beer.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Oh, nice.
Love
a country beer.
Yeah, I'd have an Alaskan beer and my camping trucker hat on, and I could watch that, and I think it would be all right. The hottest country song that is maybe annoying people is "Fancy Like." Have you been on TikTok at all?
No, sorry.
No.
Fancy Like?
Okay. Fancy Like Applebee's on a date night. The Bourbon Street Shake and the Bourbon Street Steak and the Oreo Shake. Whipped cream on the top two. 2 straws, 1 check. Boo, I got you. That is a lyric from Walker Hayes' Fancy Like.
Well, Fancy Like Applebee's?
This is literally an Applebee's industry plant song. That's amazing. They figured out how to do it. Because it's the politics of country music, by and large, are very kind of, pro-corporate. And so, who's going to call them out on that? Who's going to be like, hey, you're making corporate country. Country's been corporate since the 90s. No one's going to say anything about that.
No. That's all country music is today.
Especially country radio.
Yeah, especially since, they defeated, the Dixie Chicks, which were, the last good thing.
Sorry, the Chicks.
Yes, the Chicks.
The Chicks.
The Chicks.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
Lady Antebellum is now Lady A.
I knew the guy who played guitar for them. And it's a good idea they took Antebellum out, because it's like calling your band Mrs. Slavery. It's not a good look.
Woof.
No,
but it's really hot. It does sound sexy.
It does, but when you learn the word, you're like, no.
Oh no. To promote that and to sing songs about it, absolutely not. But tonight, when I'm in my bedroom with my wife Rebecca, I'd be like, "Can I call you Mrs. Slavery?"
Yeah, you gotta channel that energy. I think
you do.
Yeah,
you do.
Yeah, into a more positive thing. The politics of country music are pretty fascinating because it's the one holdout in the music industry that's a holdover from ye olden times. Like, they are completely separate from Los Angeles and New York. It's all in Nashville, and radio is actually still a huge part of promotions. Every other musical genre, none of them give a fuck about radio because they don't need it.
For sure.
You know, there's every other way to get music. You guys know.
Oh, yeah, we do.
People are probably watching this right now more so than would have, like, be listening on the radio.
I get all my music from Soulseek.
Cool. I use Kazaa mostly, but I've heard Soulseek's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of upgrading.
I get my music from Peloton.
Yeah, nice.
Their mixes are pretty hot, not gonna lie.
My Peloton biking instructor,
Who sent you this playlist to listen to? It's just The Power by Snap.
I don't ride the bike, I just listen to the music.
Hell yeah. No, that's tight. Yeah.
Cool.
I don't have this for working out. I have it to be a part of the lifestyle.
I saw on your Instagram story, I think, were you doing comedy last night? Is that why you couldn't join us yesterday?
Yes, I finally did comedy for the first time
ever.
Like well over 6 months, first ever. Sorry. I wasn't funny. Don't worry about it. If you think that I actually wrote jokes and tried to perform things, no. I just got all the shit off of my chest in front of people.
Nice.
And it was a lot of fun. It felt good.
I just get up on stage and read emails from my foot doctor.
Yeah. Well,
dude, that is so 2006 Aziz Ansari kind of comedy. Like, you could be the next big comedy thing 6 years ago with stuff like that. Like, that's New York indie.
So speaking of comedy, last week Spencer did a bunch of polls on his Instagram, and we talked about who is and who isn't goth,
and who is more goth,
right?
Between two different people,
right.
The winner overall, in case you don't know, Matt, Papa John.
Papa John is the most goth person.
Yeah, Papa John.
Yeah.
Better ingredients, better
that
pizza.
That is so correct.
Papa Goth. There we go.
So this week, last week on my Instagram, I went ahead and asked all my followers who is funnier. Between a lot of different people.
Okay.
And so what we're going to do today is we're going to go through sets of people, and I'll give you the two of them.
Okay.
And I don't know, can we decide first and foremost if you're going to say who you think is funnier or who you think the audience thinks is funnier?
I'm gonna try to guess who the audience thinks is funnier.
Okay. Do we want to do that? Is that cool with you, Matt? Okay.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, so we're going to start. The first one and the reason I did this is there was an amazing photo I found of Pauly Shore and Carrot Top, and so who do you think
together for the first time? You never saw them together.
So who's funnier, Pauly Shore or Carrot Top?
Landslide Pauly Shore.
What do you think, Matt?
I would say landslide Carrot Top. He's having a renaissance right now.
Actually, 79. Spencer was right. 79% Pauly Shore.
Hey.
Next, we're gonna.
It's that millennial. It's the millennial thing. You know, all millennials love Pauly Shore.
Yeah, and so I will say,
Gen Xers love Carrot Top.
Yeah, the demographic of my followers, and
noted.
Each one of these got between I'd say 4 and 800 votes, and the demographic of my page is. Males between 25 and 34 is my biggest demo. And that's, I'd say that's a third of my entire
people have nothing in common with. Excellent.
Excellent. I mean, no, it's...
Quick story about...
It's like...
It's all good.
Dude's
quick story about Pauly Shore.
Yeah, go for
it. Yeah.
Tell me.
All right, so Pauly Shore performed in Anchorage, Alaska, and he cut in line... He cut in line in front of people at a local bakery to ask if they had any vegan cookies.
Wait, which bakery? Which bakery?
Oh, it's a bakery next to Coots. It's since closed down. This is a few years ago, but I think it was. It's where that punk rock coffee shop used to be back when you guys were.
I know where you're
all
talking
of us
about.
Were little kids.
I know where you're talking about.
That's
pretty
called?
funny. Like the balls on that guy. Well, why would you be a jerk like that? What are you doing?
Good question. All right, moving on. Who is funnier, Chris Rock or Louis C.K.?
I'm gonna say audience says Louis C.K. 60-40.
Matt?
I will have to say the audience thinks that Chris Rock is funnier. 52. 52.
Whoa.
Close. The Rock. Chris Rock, sorry. The Rock.
The Rock, yes.
Chris Rock, funnier, 61%.
Interesting.
Now, I
think people are voting on that because Louis C.K. got canceled.
Because I think we can all agree Louis C.K. is funnier.
I think he's funnier.
He wrote for the Chris Rock show, and he wrote a bunch of Chris Rock's funniest stuff. That's an interesting take. Yeah, I think he's objectively maybe funnier, but he's been canceled. So, all right, moving on. Who is funnier, Bob or David? Bob Odenkirk or David Cross?
I say audience says David Cross. I have no idea what the percent would be.
What do you got, Matt?
I think
I'm going to say Bob. Yeah, I'm going to say Bob Odenkirk because everyone's found out that David Cross is kind of an asshole.
David Cross, and this one was super close, 53-47.
Oh, see, any single person who votes for David Cross over Bob Odenkirk has not watched enough of Bob Odenkirk.
Yeah,
or 1,000%.
Or I don't know, Bob Odenkirk. Is maybe a better writer. I don't know. As far as comedy goes and stand up, I think David Cross is definitely better.
Yes, I think that your audience or your followers, your followers are correct that David Cross is funnier. But every time I have seen an interview with him or have followed him in any kind of way, he's the worst. He is. So I was just hoping that would have caught up.
Right.
Bob Odenkirk is awesome.
Yeah,
and he's not funnier than David Cross.
No.
But I want him to succeed.
Yeah,
I'm so glad.
Right. I like him more than David Cross, but that doesn't make him funnier.
Definitely like him more.
And I think we should definitely take that into consideration. How about this one? Who's funnier, Jay Leno or Jimmy Fallon?
Both of those are terrible.
It's
the worst choice.
It's a Sophie's Choice of comedy here.
That sucks. I'm going to say your audience says Jay Leno is funnier.
Okay, what do you think, Matt?
Yeah, I think so too. They like his denim jackets and his old cars.
Interestingly, they went for old Laugh-a-thon, Jimmy Fallon, 58-42 here.
Ugh.
All right, who's funnier? Young guys here.
Okay.
Pete Davidson from SNL, or Machine Gun Kelly?
I don't know who Pete Davidson is, but I would say
he's this guy. Oh, shit, he's that guy.
I've never seen that guy before.
Okay. He's on SNL. He's like a young, new, hipper comedian.
He's a hip guy. Okay.
Yeah, he went out with Ariana Grande. Were they married or engaged or something?
Is that?
I
don't know.
No, they were just going out.
There's definitely a meme you've seen where he's holding hands with Ariana Grande and she's kind of fawning over him. Never mind. I'll show it to you later.
Okay.
You've definitely seen a meme of him though. All right, moving on.
Possibly.
Who is funnier? My two favorite talk show hosts, Conan O'Brien and Craig Ferguson.
Oh, audience is going to go for Conan for sure.
Well, yeah,
Conan.
Yeah. It was 76-24, which I don't agree with that ratio. It should be a lot closer because Craig Ferguson is masterful, like a naturally very funny guy. Go back and watch clips. Go back and watch the clip of him defending Britney Spears back in 2005. It's amazing. Dude is real.
Dude's real. You heard it here. Real. You heard it here, folks. Dude is real.
Speaking of real, who is funnier, Steve-O or Bam Margera?
So Steve-O. Come on. Well, I mean, okay.
Yeah, depends on what you mean by funny.
It depends. Because funnier to laugh at, Bam Margera. Funnier to laugh with, Steve-O.
Right.
I'm gonna go for Bam Margera just because Steve-O has tricked me too many times into watching a little bit of his YouTube videos, and it just pisses me off every time I do.
Like, he's fine, but that's it. He's just fine, and that's the problem. It's nothing doing.
Ain't that the truth?
Let's see here. So it was actually Steve-O. This was a landslide, 88 to 12%.
Holy shit!
This is, one of the biggest landslides of all.
Damn.
Who's funnier, Robin Williams or Jim Carrey?
I mean, Robin Williams. For sure. Right?
Yeah, Robin Williams.
Like, I mean,
yeah.
According to contemporary comedians, it might be Jim Carrey, because Robin Williams is known to be like an infamous joke thief or like bit thief. I don't know. I couldn't.
That's true. That's true. He also
paved the way for what Jim Carrey did. Like,
that's true.
Yeah.
He did one-man shows, and he was a movie star. Like, Jim Carrey did stand-up, that's true, but he never could hang his hat on, I am a stand-up comedian, the way that the other guy did.
Yeah,
the
other guy.
Robin Williams. Yeah.
Robin Williams,
okay.
also known as
ex-Robin Williams. So it was 70-30, Robin Williams. Who's funnier, Trump or Biden?
Trump.
Do you think that, or do you think the people think that?
I think both.
Yeah, I think objectively, I think Trump is funnier.
I mean,
like
he's the worst.
I hate him, but like watching him perform comedy during the 2016 primary debates, like him going hard and roasting like Chris Christie and Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio was honestly a roast masterclass. Like, the dude is legitimately fucking funny. If he wasn't such a huge asshole, he could have ended up a stand-up comedian.
If he was actually just a comedian doing a bit,
it would have been incredible
character.
I know, right?
Incredible character.
He might be the greatest character.
The fact that he's not aware, it's just terrible.
Yeah,
you just hate to see it.
If he was doing character comedy like Andy Kaufman or arguably like Andrew Dice Clay or Neil Hamburger, like, he would be next fucking level.
Yeah, he'd be the Neil Hamburglar of our era.
Neil Hamburglar. I like that. That's really good. You know what? That's gonna be my comedy gimmick.
Oh no. Oh no. Yeah. Good.
Okay. Who is funnier? The Rock or John Cena? Oh, and actually, sorry. It was 70% Trump.
Yeah.
Definitely. Who's funnier, The Rock or John Cena?
Yeah.
The Rock, I think. John Cena does more comedy, though, right? I don't know. I don't really.
This was the closest one.
Yeah.
49 to 51% say John Cena is the funnier one.
Yeah, I could see that.
Wow.
Now here was an interesting one that was I got a lot of messages about this one. Who was funnier, Joe Rogan or Carlos Mencia?
Yeah. I mean, like, personally, I say Carlos Mencia.
Yeah.
I think that your followers are gonna say Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I vote on like their friends? Who has better friends?
Wait, how am I gonna be able to do this?
I would say, what happened here?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I guess I'll say Joe Rogan, but I don't particularly care for either one of their comedy all that much. But Joe Rogan, why not?
Yep, Joe Rogan, 65-35. Who's funnier, Stephen Colbert or Stephen Carell?
Stephen Carell.
Yeah, I bet that caught you off guard. Huh?
Yeah.
Who's Stephen Carell?
Stephen Colbert, Stephen Carell. I keep calling him Stephen Carell now.
Gotcha.
Stephen O. That sucks. I'm gonna say your audience, because they're basic bitches that love The Office, are gonna say Steve Carell.
Matt?
Carell, yeah, just because he's really good at yelling.
He is, and that's what they said. They said 64-36.
Yeah.
And honestly, at this point, I think Steve Carell might be funnier, But like historically, if you know both of their histories, Stephen Colbert is like...
Oh, I think Stephen Colbert's funny.
Because they were contemporaries on The Daily Show together, and Stephen Colbert was like objectively funnier, I think, right? Which is why he got his own show out of it.
And the Dana Carvey show.
Yes.
Louis C.K. wrote the Dana Carvey show, and that was both of their TV debut. And they were both great. And obviously Strangers with Candy, as you said.
Oh,
so,
I love Strangers with
Candy. I would say that Colbert gets it, but... late night has really just kind of taken a bit of the magic away.
Yeah, definitely. Who's funnier? Oh, wait. Yeah, it was 64% Steve Carell.
Okay.
Who's funnier, 50 Cent or Eminem?
Eminem. Both.
50 Cent.
Bold. I love that we're on the opposite sides of a lot of these, Matt. I think it's great.
I think in his music, Eminem is much funnier. On in social media. Like 50 Cent is much funnier.
I've never followed 50 Cent.
He's pretty funny on Twitter, even though he's a huge asshole. There was this big beef between him and Floyd Mayweather, and he told Floyd Mayweather he would donate $500,000 to charity if Floyd Mayweather read one page of a Harry Potter book, because Floyd Mayweather is well known to be illiterate. Which is
what? Wait, what? All right, I have so many questions now. Wait, okay. Floyd Mayweather is illiterate?
Correct.
Elaborate.
Floyd Mayweather, the most successful boxer monetarily of all time.
Yeah.
Can't read.
That's amazing. Good for him.
Yeah, I mean, apparently, R. Kelly can't read either, which is interesting. But anyway...
he'll have lots of time to learn.
He certainly will. Internet says 50 Cent, 54 to 46.
Wow.
Here's one that kind of surprised me. Who's funnier, Norm Macdonald or Jon Stewart?
Well, obviously, Norm Macdonald.
Why? Obviously?
Yeah, I mean, if they say Jon Stewart, shame on them.
Yeah.
So Norm Macdonald.
Yeah. Norm is king.
Yeah. This was a landslide, 79-21.
Nice. I mean, Jon Stewart's pretty funny. Like, I do think that he's funny.
Yeah.
But
who's funnier? Neil Hamburger, also known as Greg Turkington, or Tim Heidecker, also known as Tim Heidecker.
Dude, Tim Heidecker. Come on.
No, Neil Hamburger.
I mean, Neil Hamburger is amazing.
Tim Heidecker is too layered. It's too layered.
Both of them.
No, Tim Heidecker, you have to. No. You have to watch it for like 2 weeks of content nonstop from Tim Heidecker. He just won't shut up. Right? He won't stop recording things.
Yeah, but I don't want him
Neil
to.
Hamburger. Those jokes are quick, concise.
It's true. It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
I am a Greg head myself. Definitely Greg head.
Yeah.
Greg heads only here.
Who won?
Tim Heidecker was a landslide. 75-25.
Not enough people are tuned into the gospel of the hamburger.
No, they're not. Who's funnier?
Hamburger gospel.
Who's funnier? Battle of the dumb-hatted dudes here. Sam Kinison or Gallagher?
Gallagher. I vote Gallagher purely because Gallagher's funny. Gallagher's funny to laugh at.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think Sam Kinison had his time in the sun, but it's kind of like the adventures of Ford Fairlane or Andrew Dice Clay. Like, you got to leave that shit back in the 80s. It's more of a museum kind of thing that you can't appreciate it the same way now. Gallagher, that shit's timeless. It sucks.
I have all but one of the Gallagher specials now on my server, and I've watched like a few of them.
You have. We, as is established on this podcast.
Yeah, and I mean, his humor is timeless in that, like, it's a time capsule straight back to like racism and xenophobia of that exact era. It's very interesting. So that one was pretty much a landslide. Sam Kinison 70-30. Next one. Nice. Speaking of Andrew Dice Clay, we got Andrew Dice Clay and Roseanne Barr. They actually went on tour together a few years ago. So imagine that show.
I say Andrew Dice Clay here. Yeah. That's what, yeah.
Yeah, I'll say Roseanne, but I'm mostly speaking for myself because I think that she is a good comedian.
Yeah.
And also a QAnon believer.
Yes, she is.
Mm-hmm.
I bet Andrew Dice Clay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's nuts.
I don't know. I actually listened to a great podcast a while ago. I think it was Comedy on Vinyl, and it had Greg Turkington as a guest, and they listened to Andrew Dice Clay's The Day the Laughter Died. Mm-hmm. And Andrew Dice Clay made a very compelling case that Andrew Dice Clay is one of the most talented character comedy acts of all time. Which, I mean, Neil Hamburger saying that is interesting.
That is interesting.
Interesting. That one was the Dice Man, 71% to 29%.
I knew it. I knew your followers are too predictable.
Who's funnier? Go into some 90s sitcoms here. Julia Louis-Dreyfus or Jason Alexander?
Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and I say for both. Like, I genuinely think that she's one of the funniest people on the planet.
She's very incredible. Fucking funny. Especially Veep.
Veep is
incredible.
Veep is the funniest show. Like, it's incredible. So yeah, it's so fucking good.
That one was a little too close for my taste, 52 to 48. But Julia Louis-Dreyfus won that one. But I got a bunch of fucking dumb guys on my channel. Speaking of dumb guys, who's funnier, Ray Romano or Kelsey Grammer? Ray or Frasier? Ray or Frasier?
I don't even know.
Well, I mean, it's got to be 100% Ray Romano, right? Because everybody loves Raymond. That's a joke, Spencer.
That's not a joke.
That was a really good...
I take umbrage with that joke.
Now it had the music. It's officially a joke, Spencer.
I hate that.
Who's funnier, Ray Romano or Kelsey Grammer?
I don't even know. I no contest.
No contest. I mean, I think genuinely Ray Romano is got to be funnier. At least he's been a stand-up.
Is he funnier, or is just Frasier not funny? Like I don't know.
Both. Yeah. Yes. The answer to your question is yes.
Okay.
So this one was a exact draw, 50-50.
Okay.
To the vote.
Wow. See, that's what I thought. You can't choose. It's too hard.
Who's funnier?
Uh-huh.
Larry David or Jerry Seinfeld?
Well, Larry David for sure.
Yeah, there's no contest.
Larry
David.
Yeah, it was 80-20, Larry.
Oh, that's good. Good. This is the only time I'm ever going to say that, but good for your followers. Good on your followers.
Who's funnier? Kristen Bell or Tiffany Haddish?
Who is Tiffany Haddish?
The funny lady.
I've never heard of her.
Actress, comedian.
Yeah,
I'll have to set that one out.
I think
she was in Bad Trip.
Didn't she? She was the host of the new Whose Line Is It Anyway for a while, wasn't she?
No. That was Aisha Taylor.
Oh, you're right. Okay,
yeah.
Okay. Tiffany Haddish is funny though.
Okay, who won?
Tiffany Haddish, 53 to 47. It was close, very close.
Nice.
I agree with that. Bad Trip is really good. Oh my gosh, what's his name? Andre. Anyways, Bad Trip. The guy with from Adult Swim who yells. Eric Andre. Yeah, she's in that, and that was such a great movie. I think that was by far the best thing I've ever seen her in, and yeah, thumbs up on that.
Excellent.
Nice. I'll have to check that out.
Who's funnier, Ricky Gervais or Russell Brand?
Ricky Gervais, probably.
Did you pick these, Brett?
I did.
Good for you. These are some really tough ones.
Yeah.
Now, all right. When we get into this, what are we doing here? Are we just like funnier? Like, are we taking their personalities into account?
That's the thing. You can
we
take
saying
it
that
however
the original
you want.
Office is better than?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's however you
get
want
him to
take
the
it.
Greek.
Who is funnier? That's the question.
What you're asking is, are you a fan of Michael Brent or whatever?
Yeah.
Or get him to the Greek.
Yeah.
Or edgelord atheist jokes.
Yeah. Or
I don't know. They both do that.
Carl Pilkington or Forgetting Sarah Marshall. What's your flavor, baby?
I mean, Forgetting Sarah
Ricky
Marshall is a pretty
Gervais.
good movie.
Ricky Gervais.
I'm going to say Ricky Gervais, yeah.
Okay, it was Ricky Gervais 68-32. I thought it'd be a lot closer.
Nice.
Because they kind of have similar vibes.
They both do edgelord atheist jokes.
Yeah, I would
very
much
similar,
rather
yeah.
hang out with Russell Brand. I'll say that much.
Yeah.
Like, Ricky Gervais seems like he would be insufferable to go to a pub with. Just insufferable.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Speaking of British, actually, we're going to close that on this one. Who's funnier, Stephen Fry or Rowan Atkinson?
Oh, fuck. Rowan Atkinson. Mr. Bean is the funniest thing
Mr.
ever.
Bean.
Mr. Bean is very funny.
Yeah, no, Mr. Bean's incredible. I actually got really into watching like Mr. Bean compilations on YouTube a few years ago, and I would just like put them on and just like have it on in the background while I did other stuff, and it's amazing.
It is.
It's all amazing.
The problem with Mr. Bean is there simply is not enough of it.
Yeah, I've seen it all so many times.
Yeah, you binge Mr. Bean, like you can only binge it for a day. That's all that's possible because there's only like 8 hours of it total.
Yeah,
it sucks. We need more Bean. Rowan Atkinson,
more Bean.
More Bean. Yeah, no, like we don't need another we don't need a fourth Johnny English. Just go back to Bean, dog.
Yeah,
back to Bean.
Johnny Binglish.
Johnny Beans and Toast.
Yeah, bangers and mash.
Yeah, there you go. That's not beans. There are no beans and bangers and mash.
Whatever.
Okay.
Britt, can you hit us with a bucket fact?
I would love to hit you with a bucket fact.
Bucket fact, 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 bucket fact.
Well. Today we're going to talk about Buckethead's history and relationship with the legendary keyboardist and producer Bernie Worrell.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Remind me, Bernie Worrell, who that is. Why is he famous?
I'll discuss that.
Okay. I wasn't sure. I didn't know if you were just going to jump into it or not.
I'll remind you.
Okay,
Born
all right.
in 1944
Wow.
as George Bernard Worrell Jr., Bernie grew up in New Jersey. A musical prodigy, Worrell began playing piano at age 3 and had written a concerto by age 8. He went on to study at Juilliard and the New England Conservatory of Music.
Mm-hmm.
A few years after graduating and being a gigging musician, Worrell met George Clinton, and after playing together for a few years, they moved to Detroit to pursue a career as Parliament Funkadelic, who rose to incredible popularity in the coming 1970s and 80s.
Mm-hmm.
When Parliament Funkadelic took a hiatus from touring in the early 80s, Worrell was recruited to join the Talking Heads.
Whoa.
And although he was never made an official member, he appears on many of their recordings and a ton of their live sets.
Hell yeah.
During this time, Worrell was also working heavily with Bill Laswell, who had risen to prominence after producing and performing with Herbie Hancock on his electronic and hip-hop material. In the early 90s, Laswell invited Worrell to help him form a supergroup called Praxis, with him, Brian Mantilla, former Parliament alum Bootsy Collins, and Buckethead.
Oh, yeah.
Worrell joined and recorded on all of their 90 albums along with Buckethead.
90 albums?
There's 90s albums.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, hold on a second.
No, I mean, they do have quite a few albums, but not that many. In 2002, at the Bonnaroo Music Festival, Praxis was slated to play. However, Bill Laswell was unable to attend and play bass for the group. Hearing about this, Primus bassist Les Claypool invited the members of Praxis to join him on stage and jam. And thus was born Les Claypool's Bucket of Bernie Brains, who released one studio album in 2004 and then were on some compilations and things.
Every bucket fact, I feel like you are that picture of Charlie from Always Sunny with all the like connections on a board behind you, and you're like smoking and like, and all this over here, and it all comes together.
So I stopped smoking maybe a month or two ago now, but I would love a cigarette while doing this. That would just make it really so I go, all right, like it'd be perfect. Like
a smoky atmosphere.
I've had enough of this bucket shit. That'd be great. So
high on that bucket shit.
Hell yeah! In 2016, unfortunately, Bernie Worrell succumbed to cancer at the age of 72. Following his death, Buckethead released a 21-minute-long tribute song called Space Viking, is the titular track to Pike 245. It was subtitled To Bernie Worrell, the greatest music maker of all.
Wow.
So here's to you, Bernie Worrell. Thank you for all your contributions to Buckethead Land, and enjoy that funky jam session in the sky. Rest in peace, my dude.
Wow.
Bucket Facts.
Hey!
We listened to 3 more fucking Pikes this week.
We fucking did. Matt, we made you listen to 3 more fucking albums. Can you believe it? Can you believe that you're here a year later? We've made 51 episodes of this show, not including the 2-part episode we did with you about Chinese democracy.
Not even including that.
We've done 51 episodes. We're back.
I'm so impressed. I'm so happy for you guys. I'm glad that you are, I think, halfway through all of
we're more than halfway there.
Over halfway, yeah.
Living on a prayer.
Yeah.
Now that we are a year in, do you have any more insights on Buckethead? Do you think you know him better now, or do you think that he has become more of a mystery?
I'd say
a little of both.
Yeah. I know a lot more about his life and why specifically he does the way he does things. But, he's one of those fellas where he obfuscates so much about himself that every answer you get brings up 2 more questions.
That is true, yeah.
And so it's just, he is a fractal mystery in that way. And we are still parsing out the fractals of his...
This is such a long answer. You're really going for it.
No, this is the name of the new Tool album.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. We're riding the
It's
spiral
all about
here.
how people look at their phones too much.
Yeah, we know the pieces.
Man, I used to like
here.
Tool.
Yeah,
I used to like Tool so much.
You know what? Speaking of Tool,
when you play bass, that's what you do, and then you're like, oh wait, it's the evolution of all bassists.
Yeah.
So to rewind a little bit, Guns N' Roses. Have you guys talked about the new song, Hard School?
Oh, we haven't. No,
we actually haven't. No.
So I don't think Spencer's even listened to Hard School, which just came out last week.
Oh no.
No, you've only listened to Absurd, which came out 2 months ago.
Yeah, I remember when that dropped. Yeah.
So Hard School is interesting. It's a lot more traditional, I'd say. We should listen to it at some point. It's a fun one though. But Matt, you don't really get exposed to that kind of thing anymore, do you? Because
I do. I'm still at KWell. Yeah, I'm still at the rock
you are.
station.
So
a little bit
you're
rock and roll.
You're double DJing then.
Double D.
I am. I'm a busy dude.
You're a double DJ.
So I get to listen to all the new Bring Me the Horizon.
Yeah, you got 2 in the metalcore, 1 in the country.
Yeah.
Right?
You're doing
or is it
shocking.
the other way around? Is it like 2 in the south and like 1 in the butt?
No, he's
rock.
He's doing the
yeah.
He's doing the Donnie and Marie, 1 in the country, 1 in the rock and roll.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. But like more heavier emphasis on the first 3 letters of country.
Yeah.
That's,
oh, okay. Yeah.
That's what I'm doing. I got 2 in the
cool.
Love that.
The Hard School.
2 in the coo, 1 in the tree.
Anyway, so we listened to Pike's 154, 155, and 156. The Cellar Yawns, Ancient Lens, and Herbie Climbs a Tree, respectively.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Pike 154
was called The Cellar Yawns, released on July 13th, 2015, just 5 days after the previous Pike Whisper track.
Wow.
Yeah. This one...
Well, let's not... you know what? Let's ask our guest. Hi, guest. Let's put you on the spot
here.
Hey,
guys.
Tell us about this album we
made
you listen to.
Hey, man, it was my pleasure. Like, it was cool to listen to some Buckethead again. And I was so happy that I didn't hear anything electronic. When we've done this, I kind of... And I know that maybe Buckethead's, like, electronic stuff is maybe a little more interesting sometimes, but I'm not into that anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not into interesting. I want to kind of like feel comfortable. And these 3 Pikes were kind of the Buckethead that I know and remember. And it was really cool to kind of look back and feel with these pikes that old school Buckethead. So I enjoyed Damp. I think that was my favorite. I think that was like the second cut off of the first pike, and it wasn't great. I enjoyed it. It felt like indie video game main menu music.
Sure,
right?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, this one has some like Go ahead. I'm so sorry. Yeah. I'm interrupting you.
No, it's okay.
You're doing the rant in your car thing, and I'm interrupting you. That's not apropos. It's very.
I will get. Here's the angle. Here's the video angle for the rant in the car.
We need to send him some Oakleys.
We got to send you some Oakleys.
Send you some Oakleys.
Yeah. What I have in here. All right, let's see here. Hold on, sorry guys.
Oh, please.
I've got these brown jug liquors.
Oh,
that's some real. My brother got arrested at Brown Jug Liquor.
Oh, well, that's real right there. That's awesome. So Matt's sunglasses have a bottle opener on the.
Oh my god, I love
on
it.
the
all right.
The sides there. That's really cool.
So Alaskan.
That's so fucking.
Cool. Just my boy Buckethead. He was so beautiful at the beginning, and that's what I miss about America. It lures you into a sense of security, but you know what? Then the laugh comes by and pulls the rug out from under you. Then the end of the third pike, man. The
Amazing.
third track, everything gets all shreddy, and I've had enough of this bullshit. Okay, I want my Buckethead screeching. I want it squealing. I'm ready for full tilt boogie Buckethead.
Well, I don't know if there's anything more to say.
I'll take a double burrito, please. Cheese and chalupa. All right, thank you guys so much.
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
Oh shit! Give me a spicy chicken, bitch! I ain't gonna wear no mask.
Well, that's some real Alaska shit right there.
Did I ask for Pepsi? No, I said a Coke, bitch.
There you go. That's the life. We love that.
Spencer just got new people who live right next door, and that's going to be their very first exposure to Spencer's.
Yeah, you yelling things about bitch.
Someone yelling, "Did I ask for Pepsi? I said I wanted a Coke, bitch." From there.
That serves them right.
Yeah,
for moving in here.
Serving them right would have been giving them a Coke in the first place. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah.
Oh, what's up?
Yeah.
Pike 54, The Cellar Yawns. I really liked the titular track 4. It was death metal.
Was that? Yeah, where it got super fucking Megadeth. Yeah, it got really Megadeth there at the end.
Got super shreddy. Yeah,
but that was a surprise out of nowhere. I actually really liked the earlier like atmospheric tracks. Mm-hmm. I thought they were really good. They had like a nice melody, a nice vibe to them. Yeah. And then I liked that it was like out of nowhere. You were just like, well, let's just fucking kick it into high gear and just double kicks and thrashy stuff. And like, that was fun. It was good. Some shred. Yeah. I thought that was a fun pike.
Yeah.
When I first listened to it, I was like, oh, this is probably going to be the one that I like the most this week. But I don't think that was the case after all.
Oh, really?
That's a little bit of foreshadowing there.
Yeah. Wow. That was pretty good.
Yeah, you know what you got to do whenever you're foreshadowing something? You have to say, audience, that's foreshadowing.
Foreskin shadowing.
That's the name of the episode.
Foreskin shadowing.
Yeah, let's have another foreskin named episode. We already have one, don't we?
Talk about fourth skin meal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So The Cellar Yawns. Pretty good. Pretty good on the whole. It felt kind of like two different albums, though, I will say.
Speaking of on the whole,
I don't know about this.
You know what? We'll get to that in recommendations, actually. Never mind. Sorry.
Are you going to talk about the Pepto-Bismol trick? Did you learn that this week?
What?
Oh, so on a Reddit TIL I saw this week is apparently...
Oh, no.
If you eat a bunch of spicy food and you take a duty and it's really painful, apparently you can just take a little Pepto-Bismol and put it on your butthole and it like neutralizes the acid basically.
Have you tried it?
Not yet.
Not yet. I like the commitment to checking it
I
out.
I boofed Pepto-Bismol for other reasons, but not after eating a spicy burrito.
Wait. Okay. So, question about boofing. As someone who has robo-tripped, do you think you could boof Robitussin?
You can boof anything that is in a non-lipid liquid form. Yeah.
Well, let's do a Google search here a little bit later about boofing Robitussin.
Okay, we can do that.
Speaking of boofing Robitussin, I think that this album would be a great soundtrack to bathrooms.
Okay.
The first part, right? And
Yeah.
then, like, when things really start cranking into high gear.
Yeah.
It's interesting you say that because
yeah.
I thought it would be playing the shower rooms for the cast members at Buckethead Land who dress up in costume and perform.
Yeah.
It's like giant chickens and whatever.
Yeah.
I would say that this is a roller coaster. It's the soundtrack to a roller coaster that you're just going up and up and up, and it takes so long that you forget that there's like an end to the roller coaster. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you go straight down, but it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Right? So,
it's definitely like a premature ejaculation album. It just comes at the end, and you're like, "Whoa, wait, what?
Wait, aren't you supposed to come?
No,
fuck, I've been doing this wrong.
Yeah, you're not supposed to come during Sex, Spencer.
Shit, wait, what?
You're still going down on Little Nas X's butt, and then you like bust.
Yeah,
that's why your face is just deep into his cheeks. You know.
Yeah, what are you gonna do at that point? No, that makes sense to me. Yeah, you gotta stay firm for our Lord.
Yeah, we're no cum club, baby.
What about boners for Christ? Is there some way that we can make something like that? Like
make a T-shirt on your thing.
Boners. Christ.
Speaking of boners for Christ, Pike 155 Ancient Lens, released on July 16th, just 2 days after Cellar Yawns.
Yeah.
Guys, I love this one. I was listening to this today after I picked up the baby, and after I had worn a hazmat suit outside of a strip mall in order to keep the government running to not let people wear masks and shit. Like, this is all... they're putting microchips in us. Birds aren't fucking real.
Yeah.
But then I got into the car with my child because I was teaching him how to be a real fucking man.
We love that.
And I put on some Buckethead, and I put on this Pike, and it was raining, and it was cloudy, but you could still see some of the mountains here in Alaska.
Nice.
And I drove to the airport, and I took this side road to where I was driving parallel to the takeoff, area with the planes.
Like over by
so I got this
Point Warrensoff type
Point
area.
Warrensoff,
Yeah,
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I was there.
Tight.
And you get to see how massive these planes are. And this Pike was playing, it was raining, and it was honestly perfect. I enjoyed every single minute of this like half hour. It was. I don't know how you guys normally like to listen to music, but for me, my favorite way is being high and driving around.
I like to be naked.
That's a real luxury.
I like to be fully nude.
Cool.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. With a little bit of a boner for Christ.
Yeah, just a little bit of a stiffy, like just half-mast for our Lord and Savior.
Yeah.
Just to give you some girth for Jehovah.
Yes.
Okay, no, that's a girth for Jehovah. That's too good.
So I really thought it was perfect. I thought it was
great.
a really great album, and the setting was perfect. It was a rainy day driving album. So
that's fucking
bravo,
great.
I say.
My experience listening to it was I was laying on my couch in nothing but a robe, and I kind of had my nuts hanging out a little bit of the robe, and I was laying
just your nuts.
Well, I mean shaft a little bit too, but like balls and shaft hanging out,
but
just a little bit.
No head. How does this work? I don't.
Okay,
how do you expose
balls, shaft, head? They're all kind of like in the mix.
The whole orchard. The
orchard.
The whole cornucopia is all out, hanging out of the road. Okay, keep going.
And so I was laying on my couch. The sun was streaming in through one of my windows, and I was like in the sun, nuts in the sun, feels good, playing video games while I was listening to this. It was also great for that experience as well. I just wanted to share like the difference in my experience versus Matt's but it was still lovely.
Yeah,
I really thought it would be a really good video game music experience. Sometimes I'll play maybe like a Fallout or something where you can just walk for a really long time.
Yeah.
And I like to listen to music or podcasts, but I don't get that pleasure too terribly often now.
Yeah,
so
totally.
it's nice when it happens.
My listening experience, I was at my desk crying the entire time. Ancient Lens was a pretty cool post-rocky song with a whole lot of FM4 enveloping.
Yeah, no, there was a lot of diversity here, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah, like the second song is like really fucking heavy. It's like groove metal with electronic drums. Last song,
it's like it's a kind of industrial almost.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I like that song a lot.
And then the last song,
there's a breakdown. There's a breakdown in there that I really enjoyed.
Oh yeah.
That lasts for 3 minutes or something because it's Buckethead. He can take his time.
You
whatever.
can take your time.
And at some point the snare drum turns into maybe like a really thick clap track or something like that. There's some production elements that with the percussion that actually changed, and that's something I don't get to hear too often with Buckethead. So often it's just like he hits play on the robot drum machine and noodles away, but a couple of things actually changed.
Right.
So I noticed those.
For sure.
And he's been using that electronic drum set quite a bit.
I am feeling a little fatigued on that.
Definitely.
So like when that came back, I was like,
yeah, same like, here. But like it was
but it wasn't
just
bad.
enough.
Like I didn't
too
dislike
much.
it.
Yeah.
No, it was
and then
fine.
It was gone by the next song for the most part.
This is true.
I was totally cool with that. It was not bad.
Yeah, not bad. I would say not bad. Hell yeah! Like, and much like you, Matt. Like I like to walk around while I'm listening to this stuff. Like, I like to like go somewhere, or like I'll go get groceries, or I'll go like walk to the thrift store.
Yeah.
Or just go on a walk in the park, something like that. It's really nice. This is good music for walking around, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you think it'd just be like played on the park speakers, like in walkways?
I definitely think so. This is just like general ambiance.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, speaking of walking around,
I would think,
we're.
I'm gonna go up to the greenhouse.
Ooh,
we're moving locations, gentlemen.
Oh wow,
yeah. There's nothing really in there.
Is that like a place for plants, or like where
for
you go smoking
weed?
Smoking weed. Yeah, getting high.
420, 311.
Yes, that's what I do there, guys. All right, stop making fun of me for it. I'm a married man with a child.
That's where I listen to 311. Shut up, guys. Don't judge me.
Amber is the color of your energy. Leave me alone.
It's the amber house, not the greenhouse. All right, guys.
There you go. Nice. I'd say that. Yeah, general park ambiance.
You know what you should do is just.
Oh, I got it.
Oh,
okay.
Oh my god.
So there's a the like Waterworld stunt show?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We've
if they
talked about
changed it.
that on the podcast.
We
before.
certainly have. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The one at
Okay, so
Universal
what
Studios.
this album?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So what this album is kind of like a Pirates of the Caribbean water, like Waterworld type of stunt show, and the main event is out of the mist and the water comes an enormous Buckethead figure.
Yes.
Like Cthulhu.
Yes.
Like a Kraken.
Rising.
Like something so horrifying you can't even imagine.
Yeah.
And it's just the KFC bucket coming out of the water.
yeah.
Gallons of it pouring.
Like a giant
off of
chicken,
him.
octopus, squid creature.
Yeah.
Like a eldritch forbidden being.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then this huge like animatronic, Buckethead
and just
starts
shredding so hard.
Hell
Yeah.
And we're talking massive. We are talking
69
exactly.
feet, 420,000 pounds.
But here's the thing: his guitar is just made out of a bunch of like old wooden ships that he's brought down.
Oh wow,
into the sea.
that's heavy. Yeah, the
and like
Kraken.
awesome.
all the strings are like giant ropes that held masts and shit like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
His tuning pegs are submarines.
Oh, yeah. There you
Tuning
go.
peg,
Wow.
Like full
Tuning
size.
peg submarines is gotta be the name of a Buckethead pike coming up.
It's gotta be. For sure.
Yeah.
I love that. That painted a picture in my mind that I'm gonna jerk off to later.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for that.
That painted a picture
No
in
cum
my
club,
mind.
y'all. No cum.
yeah.
That painted a picture in my mind that I'm going to jerk him off to later. But he's not going to come. He's not going to come.
No.
I can't. Yeah.
We don't come.
Never let your bros come when you jerk them off.
No.
Only edge your bros. Edging is for the bros.
Edging is for our Lord. Edge for Jehovah.
Yeah.
Edging for Jehovah.
Yep.
Yeah. Speaking of edging for Jehovah, Pike 156, Herbie Climbs a Tree, released on July 22nd, 2015, just 6 days after the previous Pike, Ancient Lens.
Okay, I'm going to be real here. This was my favorite Pike.
Mine too.
This one's really good.
It was funky. It was upbeat. It was the thing is, though, I don't know if it would have been my favorite Pike in the set if it weren't such a nice break from what Buckethead has been doing for the past 8 Pikes.
It has a fresh sound to it.
It does.
And that was represented in the YouTube comments. There were a lot of people this one was by far the most listened to of the 3 Pikes that we listened to this week. And as a result, there was a lot of comments on it, which were pretty great. And a lot of people felt like it sounded pretty fresh. I felt like it sounded pretty fresh. I feel like the people that are going to get the most appreciation for this particular record are the people who have been listening to the Pikes, because this one is actually like a pretty fresh take on some of the stuff he's been doing lately, which is nice. It's good when you get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was funky, and I thought it was funky. I thought it was cool. I thought it was the next big thing.
Hell yeah.
However, I haven't listened to the Pikes as much as you guys have, but I really do enjoy the YouTube comments, and I've always kind of wondered, who listens to these things?
We're going to talk about that.
Oh, we are.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, but the second one was my favorite. I really enjoyed it because the setting was so perfect.
That's a fair call. I mean, and sometimes, I have definitely ranked Pikes higher than other Pikes that I think are maybe better based off of my experience listening to them.
Yeah.
Because that's part of it. That's the part of music that not a lot of people, really acknowledge. And that is that, music is not only the music you're listening to, but it's also how you're consuming that music, how it is that you, experience it.
Right.
So it's important.
If one of my bros was giving me a hard hand, Jay, coming though.
HJ, yeah.
To something I objectively dislike, say Bob Seger. I don't like Kathmandu.
Yeah.
But if I'm edging hard with a bro to it, I might make an exception and be like, you know what? The way I'm consuming this music, I'm actually okay with it. Yeah.
Nice.
As long as you don't come.
As long as you don't come.
No, you're all right.
No, you got to edge Jehovah.
You can't come, Mandu.
But I thought that this would be a really good song to play in line for other rides at Buckethead Land. And the employees of Buckethead Land come out and give out free swag. If it's a particularly long line. This would be a really good album.
Are you saying this is a t-shirt gun record?
I was going to say t-shirt cannon, baby.
This is the t-shirt gun record.
Oh my God.
T-shirt guns for
T-shirt
Jehovah.
Cannon Kelly.
That's the cooler version of Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah, that's so much cooler. No, it's like T-shirt Cannon Cameron.
I like that. It is good T-shirt cannon music, definitely.
It certainly is. Certainly is.
Yeah, and the album is much more diverse than the other
It's
ones,
very
I'd say.
diverse. Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Each song felt
yeah.
like a different genre, but it still felt like there was some cohesion to it.
Yeah, they didn't sound too. And I think a lot of that is due to the fact that it's the same drum kit throughout all of it.
Yeah,
which it lends a sort of consistency to the record, which is nice. And the songs are diverse though in terms of their structure and the type of music that they are.
I'd say you give it a fun consistency.
Thanks, Britt,
because it was very fun.
Yeah, it's fun, understandable.
Yeah,
you're in the pandable.
Yeah.
Your Hannibal Lecter impersonation is pretty lame.
It makes me go insane in the brain.
Like that sticky weed. We're quoting a song we wrote together.
We're quoting the song of this podcast. Yeah, it's both the intro and the outro.
So the theme song to this podcast. Have we talked about the theme song
very
that much?
briefly in the 4th episode?
Okay, let's talk about that again really quick. So the intro and outro it's excerpts of one song that Britt and I wrote together a long time ago. 2010 actually is when we wrote it.
Oh wow!
And I just made an instrumental with just guitars and drums. I sent it to Britt, and I was like, here, play bass and do some vocals on it. And Britt did some fucking Les Claypilled ass bullshit and sent it back to me, and I think it's beautiful.
And we have been asked 3 times now if it is, in fact, Primus.
Oh, no. Wow.
And I always say, I don't know, is it?
That's a good response to that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Herbie Climbs a Tree, definitely my favorite of these 3 albums.
100%. This is the soundtrack to The Climbing Wall.
I was
thinking
it would be more like a kind of like a Herbie's house thing. There's a giant tree.
What about like a Rainforest Cafe type restaurant? But it's like all...
Love Rainforest Cafe.
Do we?
Yeah. I mean, it's the only place I can order rainforest animals. Right? Where else are you going to get like jaguar and
that's a good point.
Spider monkey?
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
Okay.
Wow. That's hardcore. Hey, do you guys want to go on a journey with me?
No.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Britt.
Cool.
Play the music.
Well, goodbye, both of you. Enjoy yourselves.
Statements from the Bucket Boys.
Oh my god.
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 Oh my god, we're here. This is the part of the show where we like to shine a light, shine a beacon into the fucking bullshit, the mire, the forgotten unwashed masses that is YouTube comment sections and also other comment sections. We're here to talk about it, to report back what we've seen in the world.
Oh yeah, give us that bucket too, baby.
Get things going here. We got YouTube user Man.
Yeah,
One word.
man.
Yaman.
Yeah, man.
Yaman.
Man.
6 years ago says, has anyone ever listened to Every Pike? That'd be impressive. Or you have no job and are looking... Sorry. That'd be impressive or you have no job and are lucky enough to sit around all day or no life? Question mark.
Okay, I was gonna.
You really have the cadence.
I had a big thing until the very last part where he said, "And no life," and I'm like, "Oh, you got it." Okay, well,
you got it.
That's the end of discussion.
You nailed us.
Yeah,
so yeah, we're on our way there. We haven't quite yet. He got a few responses though that I think are interesting. First one is, I have listened to every one. I have a desk job and listen to him on YouTube every day. I will be honest, the Halloween Pikes got skipped through. And others I don't go back to, but he has like 100 that I keep going back to.
Okay, so no, he skipped the Halloween. That doesn't count.
It doesn't count. Yeah,
you skipped 31 of them.
So he definitely has not listened to all of them.
10% of the Pikes have been missed.
And then he got another response from Graham68 KTM 2 years ago. So
Graham
4
Central
years.
Station, baby.
Yeah, Graham Central, they slap. 2 years ago, so 4 years after that comment was left. I think that he's a little confused, though. I think he may be talking about masturbating because he simply says, in the car, in the shower, and at work. Not real hard when you can't get enough. I'm pretty sure he's jerking off.
Okay, I gotta try to wrap my head around a thing you can do in the car, in the shower. Oh, he's talking about listening to Buckethead. Oh, okay. I'm like, what the fuck was?
That sounds like a genie's riddle to get into
in the shower.
This is the second riddle of the Sphinx. Like,
yeah. What can you do in the shower, in the car, and at work?
Like an ending to a Goosebumps book. Listen to Buckethead.
Exactly.
You know, R.L. Stine.
I love his fans. I love these.
Yeah,
fans.
no, they're great.
Yeah, like Buckethead has big R.L. Stine energy.
He does. Yeah.
He does.
Yeah. Bucket Stein, for sure.
R.L. Bucket. R.L. Head. B.H. Hedenstein. I don't know. YouTube user Mimi Will says 2 years ago, edited. This was a comment on I believe Pike 154. And they said, if I had to pick one going out with a bang farewell song at my funeral, this whole album would be it. Not in a suicidal sense, but still.
So in a suicidal sense, I don't agree.
Yeah.
I want everyone at my funeral to kill themselves.
That's why I'm going to play the soundtrack of me laughing at them for going to my funeral.
That's why I'm just going to play all of the bumper music to our show.
Oh, yeah, that's cursed. Just your fucking statements from the Britain Void song over and over and over again. God, kill me. Brit did some fucked up shit to me. Brit wrote this song and then made it longer, and then I was like, what the fuck? And then made it longer again. And I was like, man, fuck you. It's a whole thing. Pretty good. Eric Bradstreet says 2 years ago, gives us a great story.
That's
here.
my favorite street.
That's my favorite street too.
Eric Bradstreet.
Yeah. When you two said the streets have no name, they were talking about the Bradstreets.
Yeah.
Anyways, he tells us a really good story here, and I like the story a lot. Speaking of which, his photo is him holding a fish. Anyways, he says
the whole band.
Yeah, we'll get to that. He says, I wanted to share the awesomeness of the heavy riff at 1810 with my wife at 11:30 p.m. So I unplugged my headphone jack and let it rip. I forgot that we had guests sleeping a few doors down. Her face was priceless. Ha ha! I love me some Big B riffs.
Do you think the guests?
This guy is so much better than me.
Right? I know.
I'm hiding.
He's just like fucking laying it out.
He doesn't give a fuck.
He doesn't give a fuck.
Do y'all think the guests sleeping a few doors down were in fact the band 3 doors down?
Possibly.
Because a few can be 3. So.
That is true.
No.
That is true. So wow, we've got a lot of stuff here. YouTube user FGCWOD says 6 years ago, oh man, this feels so good. Feel it.
Yeah.
I think he's masturbating too.
Yeah.
Typing with one hand, get one of those one-hand keyboards.
In the shower, in the car.
Shower, in the car.
At work.
Oh man, this feels so good.
Get enough. That's the name of this episode. In the shower, in the car,
and at work. Yeah, that's definitely the name of the episode. Oh man, Jamie Schaefer 6 years ago brings up something really interesting. I just showed my kids video of Bucket giving away toys. They now think he and Santa are the same person. I suppose they share some characteristics. Let's pretend Buckethead is Santa from now on.
So let's pretend Buckethead is Santa. Instead of milk and cookies, what would you leave for Buckethead?
Diet Coke.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I guess like
Twizzlers, not Red Vines.
Oh,
he's very, Twizzlers.
Yes. Twizzlers
like
and
really,
Diet Coke. Yeah,
I was
100%.
Whoppers.
I was thinking. So you know that candy corn that's shaped like a pumpkin? So a bowl full of those in Diet Mountain Dew.
Okay, I can see that. I'm all right with that. So not chicken.
A cheese pizza.
We're in agreement.
I feel like he gets too much chicken.
Yeah, I don't think he's super that into chicken.
Like, I feel
do you think he eats chicken?
Yeah.
Like I don't, because he doesn't strike me as
he does.
a.
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, he has said the inspiration came to him for the whole Buckethead character while he was eating a bucket of chicken.
This is true.
Okay.
Although at times he has talked about animal rights and things.
This is true.
He
one of my friends actually saw him play. I want to say probably the mid 2000s, so like 2009, 2010, something like that. Mid 2010s, early 2010s. Sorry, I don't know what time is. I'm still working on that. I don't know what time and dates are.
When you say one of your friends, was it me or my brother?
It was neither of you.
We're only two friends.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Did your friend get arrested at a brown jug?
No. Anyways,
Plead the fifth.
one of my friends actually went and saw Buckethead and asked him after the show if he was vegetarian. To which he responded by saying and then shaking his head back and forth.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is an interesting response. I think that Buckethead is a kind soul. So
like kind bars.
Yeah.
The same kind of thing, like a bunch of nuts.
Yeah.
Dried fruit in his soul.
But not nutteen.
No, never nut.
Nuts that are.
No.
Never come.
No nut.
Edging forever.
Edging for Jehovah.
In the shower.
In the shower, at work, in the car.
You two's the edge.
One of my favorite...
The Edge, starring Alec Baldwin and Anthony Hopkins.
Oh, yeah, there we go. That's the edge I want. That's the edge I want for Jehovah. One of my favorite things, or not one of my favorite things, or just something I observe a lot in YouTube comment sections for Buckethead albums is that people will complain when people downvote the album or when they give a thumbs down. Or they'll like call it out and be like, those people are whack. This is the best way I've ever seen that done in a Buckethead comment section. YouTube user Mr. Phobob says 2 years ago, "To you thumbs down rectums, go back to your Taylor Swift music and leave the great music to us who know music." And then, To Heaven and Hell responds 1 year ago, 7 at the moment of those rectums.
Yeah.
No, rectums is always capitalized, by the way. All caps.
Rectum, I barely know him.
Okay, so now we got to check in with a friend.
Oh, yeah?
Someone who went on a tear this week. We're not going to read all of his comments.
I have seen.
But there are a lot.
I saw some of them.
So, Matt, we have a favorite YouTube commenter. His name is Jordan Fine, and we love him so much we wrote some songs about him. Here's his intro.
Oh, my God.
Master of the ship key, a bucket thought divine. Tormentor extraordinary, it's time for Jordan Vine.
Oh my God, Jordan Vine, he's here. He has a very common sentiment, which is just that Buckethead's the best. He rocks. And that he's just fucking amazing. So he left a lot of really long comments. I think I'm just going to read his really, really long comment.
Do it.
This one is so fucking long that it's 3 different screenshots in my phone.
Love it.
So
Love it.
we're going to... 3 years ago, Jordan Vine says, "Why are the fans saying, do more of this, do more of that? I want this, I want that. Do another album like that one. Why did he do this? Why did he do that? He should have done this instead. He shouldn't have done that instead. He didn't need to do that. He should do this again. He should do that again. Stop doing this. Stop doing that. Etc., etc., etc. Blah, blah, blah. Fucking blah. Like I said, he can't please everyone, you know. 'Cause it's fucking impossible. And another important pointer, it's his music, not ours. Yeah, it's his, and only his. It's not mine, yours, or ours. It's his, and only his. He has the freedom and the absolute right to do whatever the fuck he wants to do with his music. And if you don't like it, for whatever reason, tough shit, 'cause it's his music, not ours. So please, please, please leave him to compose whatever music he wants to compose and how he wants to compose." Wow. Look at that. Jordan Vine.
Question for you guys. Whose music is Buckethead's?
I think it's his music.
Is it fucking his?
It's fucking his because it's tough shit. If you think anything else, tough shit.
Tough titty, bitch.
Okay, we're gonna do a couple quick statements from the Britain Void here. Wrap things up. Don't you dare play the fucking song. No, don't you dare do it. You're not allowed to play the song. No, because the first one is barely that. It's a text I sent you.
Oh, okay. So it's a statement from the Spencer Boys.
Yeah, in a way.
Oh, I got a song here.
Stephen! Better not. You better not. You're fired for this. Okay, so on September 19th, 2019.
Never forget.
Never forget. 9:01 p.m. This was the last time I visited Alaska, and this is actually why I chose to highlight this particular text because Matt's here. Matt knows a little bit about Alaska.
Hell yeah.
And So this is the last time I visited Alaska, and I was there, and this is I was feeling a little bit of existential despair, and I texted Britt and said, quote, "I'm sitting on a bench inside Midtown Mall in Anchorage, AK. There are no stores here. There is an entrance to a guitar center, a bench, and a trash can. The hallway is long. It is empty. Boom Shaka Lock by Apache Indian plays softly in my headphones.
Beautiful.
Everything ends. Nothing matters. Life is suffering."
So the
for the Midtown Mall,
former Sears Mall, Mall. You might know better the Sears Mall.
Yeah,
that place is full of existential despair.
It truly is.
It is the most almost abandoned mall of all time. It's always almost abandoned.
Well, I feel like the Northway Mall is more almost abandoned.
Depends. I feel like the two trade off on one of them has one furniture store that moves back and forth between the two of them.
But it's not actually a furniture store. It's like they sell furniture from hotels that they don't want anymore.
Right, but it's got some hokey Alaska name Moose's Run Furniture Resellers,
something like that. Yeah.
Totally.
There was the Northway Mall is now closed, but before it closed, it's
did
gone.
COVID finally kill it?
There's
or did it die before COVID?
Yeah. Well, because the Cars was closed down there, and that's what actually killed the Northway Mall.
That makes sense.
The grocery store, the Safeway for you guys in the lower 48, closed down, and that was the lifeblood of that mall.
Yeah,
because,
for sure. Yeah,
in the Northway Mall, aside from that grocery store being open, there was one other shop, and it was an empty room where you could pay to have Nerf gun battles with your friends.
That rocks.
They would supply the Nerf gun. Yeah, and you could basically just leave the shop and do it anywhere in that mall because there's nothing else there.
That's actually a great business model.
That's tight, yeah.
Because it requires no furniture. I mean, all you do is get a bunch of Nerf guns.
You could lay some tables on their side if you want.
Get some boxes, moving boxes or something. Man, that's great. That's a great business model.
Yeah. No, it was awesome. It was really cool. I did it a few times. And you can bring your own pizzas and food and shit like that. Whatever.
Love that.
Yeah. Bring your own piss.
Yeah. Speaking of piss, we're going to close things out with a text that you sent me March 10th, 2020 at 9:03 p.m.
Statements from the Britain Void.
Britt Straw said, quote, "Dude, do you know..." I'm sorry. Dude, do you have any idea how many people I fart with? I define as polyodorous.
Statements from the Bucket Boy.
Yeah, that fart-cule.
the farty-cule.
Farty-cule, gassy-cule. That's some good shit, Doug.
That is some good shit. We love that.
Yeah. Hey, We've gotten to the point in our show where we do recommendations. Who wants to go first? Or I can. I don't care.
We just recommend something good, something cool.
Yeah, what do you got to recommend this week to us, Matt?
I've really been enjoying that punk band from Auckland, New Zealand. I think it's Neil and the Sniffers or something like that.
Oh my God, what a name.
They've been doing, They have this really good song called Security where the music video is just the lead singer in a graveyard and she's just thrashing around. And
cool. We love that.
I was thinking that during all this lockdown stuff, wow, what a great thing to do to just all it took was a cell phone and a car to go to the graveyard, and they have a pretty totally decent music video, and the song is kind of cool. I've also been enjoying, ladies and gentlemen, I implore you, give Survivor a chance. I never thought I would.
The
show.
The band, right?
No.
Yeah, obviously the band.
The show.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, Eye of the Tiger.
Yeah.
Eye of the Tiger.
That's a kick-ass album and a great movie starring Gary Busey.
I think Hearts on Fire is actually a stronger Survivor song.
Yeah, but it's not a movie starring Gary Busey.
That's true. That's
no,
true.
wait, well, surviving the game is Gary Busey and Ice-T, which I also recommend. I think that you should go back and watch that. So those are my recommendations.
Wow, that rocks. Thanks for those great recommendations.
What do you got, Spencer?
What do I got? Oh my god. Okay, so I got a bit to say here. Okay, so I'm going to recommend another video game, and let me preface this by saying the game I'm going to recommend is the PlayStation 4 PS Plus game of this month of October 2021. Okay. So it's the free game. If you subscribe to PlayStation Plus, you get this game for free.
Yeah.
And I wholeheartedly recommend it. And that game is PGA Tour 2K21.
Oh, yeah. You said on your story the other day that you were playing that with former guest Monty McCleary.
So since I started playing this game yesterday, I've played maybe 12 to 14 hours of PGA Tour.
Oh, wow.
I stayed up until 3:30 a.m. last night playing it, and then I played it literally all day until you got here.
So what is it? Do you get to see like golf dong, or what's the big attraction?
There's no golf dong. That's a great question, though. Nobody hangs dong.
No, there's no wood. There's no seven wood.
Okay. No. Check this out. So there are shafts, and you're gripping them, and also sometimes when you get a nice thwack, a nice stroke in. So when you get a good stroke in, sometimes the announcer will be like, "Nicely hold." They'll say that, or they'll be like, "Very nicely hold."
Well, say that too. Speaking of golf, why is Kylo Ren's favorite golf club the One Wood?
I don't know.
Because he's Adam Driver.
Yeah.
Bucket jokes are leaking. I hate that. So let me disclaimer here. I love golf games. It's like my guilty pleasure of video games is golf games because here's the thing: golf games haven't changed really at all since the PS2. They're all exactly the same. The last innovation in golf video games was that you could use the analog stick, to flick back and forth to swing your what's a golf club? Yeah, swing your golf club around.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I don't know anything about golf. That's the other thing. So I love golf games. I don't know anything about golf, but I've played a lot of golf games because they're all the same. They're just meters. You just like get the meter right, and then you can be really good at the game by like barely trying. And so by virtue of like just it's very chill. There's always like bird sounds in the background. And, like the the environment's really nice, and you just like hit your golf ball, and then the guys are like nicely hold, and then you're like yeah I hold that. Oh, I hold that hole really good. Yeah. And it's fucking great. Like,
based on what you like about this game, you know what I think you would actually really enjoy is fucking going outside once in a while.
Yeah. I do that too sometimes.
Like the outdoors have everything you mentioned except for the British guy talking to you, and you can just put on a podcast.
Yeah. What's a good hole podcast where they're going to say nicely hold, very nicely hold?
There is, I know, a wrestling podcast called No Holds Barred, but that's not No Holes Barred.
No Holes Barred would
be pretty good.
That's a porn podcast.
Yeah, or
a special episode of Gettin Head, a Bucketcast, where we just encourage Britain, and it's for him, right? So we just say, "Lost hole." And Britain, next time you have the need to hear that, you go to episode 298 of Gettin Head, a Bucketcast,
actually, you know what?
And you can listen to that episode.
We'll invite you back. Let's make that episode 69. All right. That way it'll be easy to remember.
You got to be guest for episode 69. I would not ask anybody
we're announcing
else.
This now.
In a heartbeat.
Matt Collins will be back for episode 69 playing a British man. A British golf announcer.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Thanks for volunteering for that, Matt.
Ultimately,
I'm here for it.
Ultimately, here's the deal. Golf games are simple. They're also like not very complicated. And the menus are very clunky. They seem to be cheaply made, but this one is fun. I've had a lot of fun playing it. I recommend it.
So, in that way, it's a lot like Cheesecake Factory.
Yes,
that's a menu joke. You're welcome, everybody.
Wow.
Hey, I wish I could understand that joke. We would kill for a Cheesecake Factory in Alaska.
Oh my God.
We would slap.
If they put one up there, it would be the #1 Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah, if they put it like across the parking lot from the Bass Pro Shops, oh my God.
The real problem is like the amount of ingredients. Like, I don't know if you've seen their. You've been to one, yeah?
Oh,
no, I haven't.
Okay.
But I know
their menu is enormous.
They have like 100 things on the menu.
There's no way
crazy.
they can source that entire menu in Alaska. There's no way.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd have to do a limited menu, I'm sure. Yeah, that's a really good point.
Yeah.
Anyways, Britt, what you got to recommend? And it better not be wrestling.
I'm going to recommend wrestling.
I'm just joking.
A different wrestling promotion. Every week it's a different wrestling promotion.
All right.
This week I'm going to recommend New Japan Pro Wrestling.
So some people on a podcast I listen to a lot always talk about New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Because it's amazing.
And they think it's really good. That's Kenny Omega. That's what he's a part of, right?
He was. Now he's part of AEW.
That's one of the only wrestlers I know. So let's see. Do you want to see how many wrestlers I can name?
Yeah, go for
it. Kenny Omega.
He's one of the best in the world. That's great. Great one.
CM Punk.
Another one of the best in the world. That's great.
The Rock.
A great but former wrestler.
The Undertaker.
Amazing former wrestler also. Retired.
Dave Bautista.
Also retired but still very good,
Macho Man Randy Savage.
Love him.
The Ultimate
So
Warrior.
Bad person, terrible wrestler. I wish he wasn't.
Hulk Hogan.
So many things to say about.
Is Andre the Giant a wrestler?
Was, yeah.
Andre the Giant.
Mm-hmm.
And that is it. Oh, John Cena. Okay.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. Get out of town.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know so many that you just like can't think of.
That wasn't intentional. But,
yeah.
I do know. I do know who
probably
Stone
know
Cold
like
is.
Kane is as well.
Brent, I'll have to get you in touch with. I have a coworker who is literally obsessed.
You mean
with
Steve-O?
Oh shit! You know him? Yes. Yes.
Are you kidding me? I know Steve-O super well. I love Steve-O. Yeah. I was like,
dude, no, seriously.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. He's the guy.
Yeah.
He's the guy I was thinking of.
Wait,
yeah.
wasn't I think I want to say like years ago he was trying to start a podcast about wrestling. Did he ever get that going?
I don't think he ever finished it. I think he maybe recorded a couple, but things fell through or whatever.
Yeah,
but he is still.
I should hit him up.
100%.
I definitely want to do a wrestling podcast, and I think he'd be a great person.
I think he would love it.
Nice.
I think he would love it.
Nice.
And there's no way in hell
no need
Spencer
to mention
will do that.
me.
Spencer would sooner kill himself than do a wrestling podcast.
No, I would not kill myself. Come on, Britt. That's dark.
You would at least poison yourself to incapacitate yourself.
I mean, I would come up with an excuse to not do it, but
like
that's
poisoning.
I wouldn't go as far as poisoning myself.
Hey, can you do it next Saturday? And you'd be like, I'm sorry, I'm poisoned that weekend.
I might say something like that. I have food poisoning that day. Or wait, I'm gonna have. Sorry.
I'm planning on eating some bad falafel. Sorry.
That's how you get them.
Yeah.
Well, cool.
New Japan Pro Wrestling, amazing. Right now they have a competition going on, which is their yearly competition. Usually happens at the end of summer, but they're doing it a little bit later this year because of COVID and everything. Called the G1 Climax.
Oh, does that have to do with G Unit?
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Nice.
The person who wins the G1 Climax then gets to go one-on-one against 50 Cent.
Whoa.
Or the game, whichever one they
Whoa.
want, or the other guy, who I don't remember. But any member of G Unit of their
Wasn't
choosing.
Eminem in G Unit?
No, he wasn't.
Oh,
No, that was D12.
Oh, okay.
Like
I'm sorry.
But
D12
G Unit will go against D12 in a battle royale. winner
Battle of
take
the
all.
Consonants.
Yeah.
Live on Sesame Street.
That's great. Okay. Is it time for my favorite part of the show?
I think it might be.
Bucket joke. Bucket joke. Bucket joke. Bucket joke.
So, can I do an opening set for you guys?
I would love that. So Matt, you haven't experienced bucket jokes before, but
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Like episode 20 or so, Spencer just like texted me. He's like, "You should start writing jokes for the show for a segment."
Yeah.
I actually didn't choose to do this on my own
Yes,
volition.
I made you do this.
You did.
You've gotten better.
Thanks. But so
That's what it takes, man. It just takes practice.
it does.
You gotta keep
It really
bombing,
takes a lot, and
you
so
get better.
I have just been writing jokes for the past like 30 or so episodes. And recently, Spencer's like, "Hey, can I do some too?" So
Because it seems so fun.
it is.
Yeah.
It's a process to write jokes. Like it can be
Yeah.
fun. It can be tedious.
I forgot to do this. We talked about this last week, and I actually forgot to do this. So I actually did this today, and I was only able to write a handful of jokes. So
That's
that's why
fine.
I'm going to do a short opening set for you
Okay,
guys.
go for it. That means you're in the host position.
Yes.
The host usually does just a short, usually like a solid 5. and a tight 5.
Maybe a little light on that, but we'll see. We'll see.
A tight 3 like my penis.
Ayo.
Hey.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. My pee hole's super loose, everybody.
Oh, we know how much you love sounding. It's chill.
Yeah.
Yeah. That DS stylus has to go somewhere. You know.
Yeah. Right.
All right. Let's start this off here. Let's tell some dumb jokes. Okay. Why did the Guns N' Roses tribute band show up without pants?
What is that?
They were confused about the definition of butt rock.
Okay.
I love your delivery. I love this.
It's so coy. It's like, I guess I wrote these.
What's the worst part about getting gangbanged by the members of Motley Crue?
Hepatitis C.
No. It's having to pay for their morning after burritos.
That's a cut you might not quite get.
Oh no, we talked about this.
Did we
with Matt? Yes, Motley Crue sticking their penises.
I didn't. Okay, wow.
Yeah,
and you know the lore.
Yeah, I was there for it.
Yeah. You're informed on the lore.
Yes.
Well, you're up to speed.
Yeah. That's the only continuity in this podcast.
In keeping with the same theme here, what's the worst part about being Nikki Sixx's bass tech? Anybody? All right.
Listening to his bass player.
Oh no. I mean, obviously, but no. It's having to eat the burrito you just watched him shove his syphilitic cock into.
Yes, yeah,
that's the worst part.
Oh shit!
What's the best part about attending a Tool concert as a diaper play enthusiast?
I mean, lots of things, but what specifically?
It's seeing your culture represented on stage and being surrounded by like-minded peers supportive of you in your journey of self-discovery through kink.
Yeah, that's definitely. I mean, like.
What? Oh
so I've been on like the diaper play forum on FetLife, and
as one does. I mean, as you do.
I mean, it is a small community compared to a Tool show. Like, I will say that much.
Yeah. You know, you should really just be posting that shit on like the Tool subreddit. There's probably a lot of those.
No, there is a Tool subreddit.
Yeah, we're gonna.
I know I can pee shit.
I'm stealing that and making it a meme. I'm sorry, Matt. Thank you so much.
It's all good. Enjoy.
Cause I watched it squeeze away.
We're gonna close things out. Last joke here. What do you say when Trey Anastasio, guitar player from the band Fish, wears a tie over his t-shirt? You say, "How sophisticated."
Okay, not bad. Okay.
Good.
All right.
Oh man. So
I secede the floor.
I can go next. I only basically have one joke.
Go for it.
Let's do it.
I understood the format
I'll
100%, but I just couldn't. I didn't have the wherewithal, but I did write one joke. So it's.
Did you have the wherewithal?
Yeah.
Inside you are two wherewithals.
Which one do I feed? Okay. Hey guys, Mudvayne's back together. This is the best news for music about a dead drummer since Karen Carpenter bit it. Mudvayne's back together, and I have to say about that. Bum bum, bum bum. Then you do the bump. Then you just yawn for a very long time.
Oh yeah.
Well,
yeah.
It's beautiful.
The end. Thank you guys so much. You've been wonderful.
How about that, Matt Collins, everybody?
We love him. Big Matt fans here.
Big Matt fans.
Big Matt energy.
So, given how line 6 sounds, I'd really hate to hear lines 1 through 5.
Before they got to insane, before they figured out how to have insane on there. Yeah.
Back when they were just mentally ill.
Yeah.
What do PetSmart and Drake have in common?
I don't know.
Well, they both offer extensive grooming services.
That's a good joke.
Lately, I've been trying out the Cold Stone Creamery sizing system at other franchises, and I think I ruined the Starbucks barista's day when I ordered a "Gotta Have It" drip. I said, "Gotta have it drip." Said, hey, lady, hey, broad, gotta have it drip, please.
This is dark.
What did Tommy Chong say when he found out a 33-year-old Mick Jagger had sex with his then 15-year-old daughter?
God damn it.
He said, whoa, like, bummer, man. Why do they call...
Don't bogart that Debbie.
Why do they call the amp company Crate? Because you should put milk in them. In legal news, journalists have uncovered a 24-year-old crime spree of a traveling North American pedophilia cult that finally disbanded only 2 years ago. Have y'all heard about this?
No.
It was called the Vans Warped Tour.
Oh my god, these are really good.
What do the Fonz and Chuck Berry have in common? Well, both of them considered the bathroom their place of business.
Hell yes.
Oh no, you're canceled for that one.
No, Chuck Berry should be. I can't believe Chuck Berry is objectively a fucking monster.
Yeah, he is.
Who had cameras in his the restrooms, the women's restrooms of his restaurant.
In the toilets.
In the toilets, yeah. He watched.
Yeah.
He unconsensually watched women taking dumps. And then he also unconsensually farted in prostitutes' faces, of which there are videos online.
Yeah, there are. You sent them to me, and I watched them.
Wow.
That's what a real friend does, Spencer.
Yeah, I'm just publicly admitting to that. I watched that.
Why does motorcycle manufacturer Yamaha also make Dream Theater John Myung's signature bases?
I don't know.
Well, they're trying to corner the market on dork midlife crises.
Shit.
What is R. Kelly's favorite part of Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young?
You shouldn't even have a punchline to that.
And Young.
That joke's better without a punchline.
Yeah.
Oh, how about this little punch up? Stills like some Young.
That's good.
That's great.
I really did enjoy yours though, Brett. These are really good. You should do these at an open mic. I don't know how Seattle will take them, but
they won't like them, but I'll still do them.
Yeah, you should do them. Yeah.
According to astrologists, why did Queen's lead singer die? Apparently Mercury was in retrogrades.
Bro.
I should laugh at that.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to skip the next three then. No, not that one either. According to exterminators, what's the best way to combat a beetle infestation? Mark David Chapman.
Fuck.
What do the Red Hot Chili Peppers and Justin Bieber's tattoos have in common?
Oh, no.
Well, both have given a lot of money just for a ton of junk in their arms. Why did Motley Crue's lawyers sue See's Candy Company?
Whoa.
Well, they thought they'd stolen their name from Tommy Lee's variety of hepatitis.
That is such a stretch.
Hepatitis C's. Candy. It's not
Yeah, I liked it. I didn't love it. I liked it.
It
No,
could be better.
no, Matt, it is okay to shame Britt.
No,
It
it's
is
totally fine. Like,
it is expected
like
during this segment of the show.
Let me bomb. Like, I need to learn.
I don't know. I mean, like, there's bits of toffee and seized candy. Like, there's bits of hepatitis in there. I got little chunks of dick flesh.
Yeah, there you go.
Gotcha.
Why is Kiss's seminal live album, Kiss Alive, remained off the Billboard charts for over 40 years now?
That's a great question.
Well, because nobody wants Kiss Alive.
Yeah, that's true.
How many more of these do you have?
I've skipped a few, but like most of them, I'm like,
dude, Britt writes like 20 of these for every episode. It's crazy.
easy. Like I skip like a third of them because I'm like, nope, no one liked the AIDS joke. Let's just skip past half
all these other
jokes.
AIDS jokes.
Let me try this one at least. What's the difference between Arnold Schwarzenegger? What's the difference between Arnold Schwarzenegger's 1999 fall blockbuster and rapper Eazy-E?
Wow.
Well,
fall blockbuster.
Well, one of them's
Okay.
End of Days, and the other is Dead of AIDS.
Whoa! Talk about. Wow. That was an impressive
I thank you for
sir.
We're going
trying.
to close out on this one. What has two horns, a turban, and controls the thoughts of nearly half of America's population?
I don't know.
Anybody?
No, I don't know.
Barack Hussein Obama.
That.
That was fun, guys. I mean,
was
I
great.
really enjoyed the way you've grown over the past year.
Thank you
You've
so
added
much.
more things to the show,
Yes.
and you guys are keeping it fun for yourselves and like kind of challenging. And I'm
doing it.
really
Mentally
enjoying
challenging.
what you guys are doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's been a journey. It's been great. We're glad to be over halfway through.
Indeed.
Feels good.
So I think that's about our show.
That's the show.
Mr. Matt Collins, where can we find you on the internet? And what should we check out of yours? What are you doing
Yeah,
right now?
pitch your art.
Yeah. Okay, so I've got I'm going to be releasing a documentary that I made about the local comedy scene here in Anchorage.
Ooh.
So when that is like officially unleashed onto YouTube, I would really appreciate it if I could come on and promote that.
100%.
Hopefully by episode 69. I can,
That's the
Yeah.
only time we'll
I'll
let
have
you
that
on.
out.
You
Yeah,
have to wait.
we've already agreed. Yeah.
If you release it
Yeah.
after
Okay.
that,
All right.
sorry.
Yeah.
You can
Okay.
plug it on to
Okay.
episode
All right.
69, but it'll be a slow burn.
I will have that done and ready for you. And that's the thing that I'm basically working on. Like I'm on Instagram and, Facebook, but it's just mostly photos of my kid and shit. So find me on Gettin Head, a Bucketcast,
Hell yeah.
episode 69.
You know that episode 69 needs to be named just nice, though, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
we can't
duh.
name it anything
Yeah.
else. It's just
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
featuring Matt Collins.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and no capitals on the end.
No,
It's
just-
just lowercase
just nice.
nice,
Yep.
period.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
This has been Britain.
And this has been Spencer.
And this has been Matt Collins.
You've been listening to Gettin Head, a Bucketcast.
Stay greasy, bucketheads.
A namaste.
Due to your Zoogle flacency, I'm going to have to nibble the friggin' spaggendackle back into the hellish fucking mucking. Whoops.
Thank you so much, Matt.
Oh, dude,
Appreciate you.
thank you so
have
much,
a great
man.
evening.
Was that Primus?
Number 4, motherfucker.
Hey.